I see that you attended LSU. Why did you select that school?
I chose LSU because it forced me to leave my comfort zone. Being from Atlanta and not knowing anybody, it kind of forced me to be more outgoing and meet new people. It's not like high school where you've known everybody for a long time, and in the real world, you're not going to know many people. And having those social skills of being able to be outgoing and meet other people, I think, is important. And then that helped me, and it's been the best decision I've made in my life.
Why did you choose this particular line of work?
Well, I've always loved sports, but I'm not the biggest, fastest, or strongest. So I think this line of work suits my interests the best without being able to put pads on.
Why do you want this job?
Well, being an agent in particular has always been a dream of mine. I think being able to help someone out who might not have had anything growing up earn their first $1 million or sign a major deal and future generations of their family will be set for life is one of the most rewarding feelings. And it's all I've ever wanted to do since I realized maybe being in the NFL is not the right career route for me.
Why do you think you're right for this job?
Well, ever since when I was taking my first kinesiology class at LSU, I realized that I wanted to be a sport agent in particular because the line of work just seems so interesting, exciting, and I feel like there's never a dull day on the job. But the skills I bring, having the business mindset, the sporting background, and wanting to foster relationships and create those with people around me, I think gives me an advantage in this field.
What can you do for us that other candidates can't?
Well, I don't know any of the other candidates y'all have considered for this position, and if they can or can't do anything well in any sorts, but I can tell you what I can bring to this. Sorry, I have to think about this. My past working experiences include event management and customer care, and I think this really helped me with, doing any day-to-day job, just talking to people, being able to understand what goes on behind the scenes at a sporting event, and just having the better understanding of what's going on, I think gives me an advantage. And just being competitive, naturally competitive, I think gives me an edge against other candidates.
How do you handle working with people who annoy you?
Well, I find it hard for people that have similar interests in me to be annoying, but I know that day-to-day work can get on everybody's nerves, and if that's the case, then I like to just tone it out, maybe put some earphones in if I can, and just work on the tasks at hand. But I know that sometimes someone might get annoying with me, and I wouldn't be hesitant to tell them that they are, and I would politely figure out how we could figure this out moving forward so that there are no more distractions.
What are you looking for in terms of career development?
First and foremost, I'm looking forward most to meeting everybody and fostering new relationships, because who you know in this field I feel like is very, very important, and it can make or break how you go about meeting new people in this career as well.
What will you do if you don't get this position?
No plan B for me right now. I am totally committed to getting this job, as I've always wanted to be an agent for as long as I can remember. I've said that 1,000 times. But if y'all were to consider other candidates that are better than me, I would go out there in the field, get some more content knowledge, better myself, make some new relationships, see who I could meet, and just overall better myself as an employee, so hopefully one day I'm back here working with everybody.
Paint a picture of the corporate culture you'll creatively hire you. Do you operate under a more centralized and paternalistic agenda with power centralized in the hands of a few, or do you constantly push responsibility and accountability down the line?
Well, I feel like holding all workers responsible for what they do makes it exciting, because, I feel like a company is like a big clock. You've got everybody who's running it from up top, the hands, the big one, the small one, and the face, and then you have all the employees as the cogs. If one bends or breaks, the whole thing doesn't work. So I think being able to hold each employee accountable for their individual actions and what they do is important in the workplace, as it keeps everybody on their toes and not just a couple figureheads up top who control everything.
If you start working for us tomorrow, what could you contribute immediately?
Well, being able to work in a fast-paced, being able to multitask in that environment, I think makes me stand out. Like I said, I'm very competitive, and I would just be so excited to come into work. I would want to meet everybody. I would want to become friends with everybody, because working with your friends, I feel like, is way better than working with people you don't look forward to seeing. And I think if y'all hire me, overall office morale and efficiency would go up, as I like to keep it fun, but at the same time I like to get everything I have to do done in the most orderly way so that everybody can go home happy.